My name is Kayla Hayes. I am the mother of Karmelo Anthony. 3 years ago, my family moved to North Texas searching for a better life. Like so many other families, we wanted to give our children the future we did not have. My husband worked hard every single day to provide for us, to make sure we're in the best financial position possible. As a stay-at-home mom, I made it my life's mission to ensure our children are loved, nurtured, and supported every step of the way. In wake of this tragic incident, our family has been under attack. Whatever you think what happened between Karmelo and the Metcalf boys, my 3 younger children, my husband, and I didn't do anything to deserve to be threatened, harassed, and lied about. The lies and false accusations that have been said about us, especially over the past week, has been overwhelming. The lies and their amplification put my family in danger, as well as everyone in our community, everyone involved in the investigation, from the police, the attorneys, and the court staff. Our address and my husband's previous employer's address has been put on all social media platforms. My husband had to take a leave of absence because he's afraid what may happen to our family. His mental health is deteriorating day by day. We have endured death threats. My 13-year-old daughter is afraid to sleep in her own bedroom because she's fearful of what may happen to her.
All right. So first off, I want to say, if any of those things, if that's true, my heart goes out to those children and that family, because regardless of what the son did,
right,
whether it's defense or not, you can't stop or help what your kids do all the time. So my heart goes out to that family, and people should not do that. But the first thing she should have came out of her mouth when she hit that podium was, "I am sorry for your loss."
Mm-hmm.
That is what I wanted to hear. And it didn't hear it, and she didn't say anything about it till 30 seconds before the speech ended. And that's where she was wrong. I feel like they should not have said anything. This press conference, for me, made it 10 times worse. 10 times worse.
I always look at political theater as theater, right? So they had her casted well, limited makeup, messy hair, rough throat, instead of his father speaking, the mother, and she was going to give this heartfelt, crying mother kind of feel to this presser. But what it came off as is poor old me, poor old us. Oh, it doesn't matter that my son killed your son. It doesn't matter that this whole thing is blown out of proportion. But my 13-year-old daughter has a problem sleeping. My husband had to leave his job. Me, us. Not one mention till the very end,
right,
of the child who lost his life. Now imagine, if you will, the shoe on the other foot. Imagine, if you will, if that Austin had survived and Karmelo had died, and that grieving white mother stood at that microphone and didn't say Karmelo's name, there would be t-shirts printed, BLM would be burning stuff. You wouldn't have to worry about a CVS receipt because they would have burnt that thing down to the ground too. At some point, we've got to get beyond race and start looking at this as 2 kids who went well off what it should have been. That's the problem, not this. I'm sorry her 13-year-old daughter is having a hard time. It's got to be horrible living in the shadow of this crime for that entire family. It's also horrible for the Metcalf family. His twin is dead.
Mm-hmm.
That's something he's going to carry all of his days. Yeah. She'll get over it. I don't mean that in the harshest way, but she's 13. She's got a lot of life ahead of her, right? This kid lost his twin. No matter what he says, no matter what he does, that's never going to get better. It's never going to get better.
Right. I really expected from one mom to another for her to give some sort of heartfelt connection to the deceased mother, to try to connect and tone down or bring down a little bit of the tension and the temperature surrounding everything. But instead, we saw them turn everything inward and kind of make it about them. And to me, this is reflective of what we typically see in our community. It's this huge lack of accountability. Another aspect of this that really bothered me is, why is the man standing there and not saying nothing? Like, I'm trying to figure out, is that the daddy or is that her husband? I am so confused as to who he is and why he stood there like a weak little jellyback soy boy and let that woman speak on behalf of the family. Are you in charge or is she running things? Right. That was my first observation. But then two, like Nicole, I'm with Nicole. And I'm also alongside with you, KJ. I don't believe that the siblings need to suffer for what their older brother has done. Well, not allegedly. We know we did it. I think we need to leave the babies out of it. Leave the children out of it. But my thing is, if these threats have actually happened and they are credible, I would love to know, did they file a police report? Can we hold those people accountable? Because that too is also wrong. But three, why is it that she waited to the end to say, and by the way, we're sorry for your loss, as if it's reflective of these parents, the parents that come up to the school when they've been told that their child did something wrong. And the next thing you know, the parents want to fight the teacher. And not held accountable because of the lack of submission to authority. This whole press conference, these people dry snitched and told so much about themselves and their character or lack thereof, because it demonstrates a high level of a lack of wisdom that they put this little pulpit pimp, Demetrius, what's his name? Dominique Alexander. Dominique Alexander. Like, I'm like, did you not do any due diligence to determine should he really be speaking for us? Because it ain't looking too good. There's too many red flags surrounding this family. And hear me clearly, I am not trying to minimize the pain that they are experiencing, because they got to grapple with the fact that their son stabbed someone to death. Right. But their response to this lacks humility. It lacks contrition. And to me, they are the ones that can truly control and bring down the rhetoric of racism and all of that. But they don't want to. They want to stoke the flames of it because they want to use it to their advantage and make sure that the country views the Karmelo individual as the victim, the poor little black boy that can't catch a break in this country because everything is racist.
What were your thoughts when you heard her? And did you notice that the husband didn't say anything? Did that ring odd to you?
Was that who that was? Because I didn't know who that guy was in the background.
I think it was because when they showed all of the family pictures, he was in the photos with them. I think it was the dad.
That's the dad?
I think so.
Do you know the problem with this whole thing is we don't know who's who. Again, it looked like a political presser. It could have been a handler. It could have been a body man. It could have been
a guy who wiped her tears.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Well, so couple things. And I am going to echo the sentiment of someone who put together quite an argument about this. You've probably heard of him. He is Blanchard from Cutting Through the Culture. Shout to Chad Jackson.
Yes.
Prove it.
That's what I said.
Prove that you got all those death threats. Prove that you got all of these nasty things that came to you. Prove that your 13-year-old daughter is being harassed. Prove that all of this is happening to you. And even if you prove it, guess what? I'm not going to care. You know why? Because your son was the one who took that boy's life. If you really listen to everything that woman was saying, they were literally putting that white boy on trial for his own murder.
Absolutely.
Something that every single race grifter from Al Sharpton to Benjamin Crump to Black Lives Matter over the last 15 years have accused white people of doing, and use that thought terminating cliche to shut all debate down.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you right now, again, it's disgusting to me. It's all like y'all said, it's all about me. Now, in terms of what whoever that seed donor was in the back, I can't speak. Like I can't even speak on that. Okay, because again, as a man, last time I checked, we're supposed to be the ones leading. We shouldn't be. I'm not going to have my woman out there speaking for the for the whole family. But if you remember, in the Black community these days, what has been mainstreamed is that the women are the leaders of the family. Mm-hmm. That's why he was out there playing the back, and she was up there speaking for everybody else. Okay. The last thing that really irks me, over the last 15 years or so, longer than that, really, the big thing that we always hear about is white tears. Mm-hmm. The tears of a white woman, can move mountains, and the tears of, we hear that all the time. We've heard this on MSNBC, even though it's Black women like Joy Reid been crashing out and all sorts of stuff. The Van Jones on CNN cry every 15 minutes.
He does.
But the fact of the matter is, what you just saw, what everyone saw in that press conference was the reversal. Now it's the Black woman's tears. It's the Black woman's time to cry and get whatever she wants. That's what you saw right there. Right. Okay. As long as she has the correct politics, as long as she is politically Black, like Nicole Hannah-Jones said a couple years ago, you can get whatever you want.